All right, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to 2026 and our first feature Friday feature of 2026. We're going to start off with a bang and have our buddy Tommy Leonard here from Ring. You guys probably know Tommy from all of our virtual roadshow events. They're our most attended, a lot of very interactive. But we got some exciting stuff for you guys in 2026. The relaunch of the X line, a lot of cool new products, cameras, security devices that you're going to want to check out here. We got all new products that came in late last year, new doorbells, floodlights, which are all available here at 21st Century Distributing. You can access this recording on our virtual conference center and on our YouTube page. Thank you for being here, everybody. And Tommy, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. I'm excited to be here. I hope I do a good job for the first one. Although it's weird that the first one is on the 9th, because did you guys skip the second? That's fair. I'm still happy to be first.
Yeah. No, we didn't do one. We didn't do one on the.
I was gonna say, are you lying to me? Because
Yeah.
I'd rather you just be honest and say like,
everybody was on holiday hangover a little bit. We didn't want to.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you guys like went to Ryan for Miro and you just didn't want to tell me.
No. This is the first one. This is the first one for 2026. So, you're special.
Well, I feel special, and I appreciate you making me feel that way. Yeah, I'm happy to knock this out in a half hour, and we can. If you're ready for me, I'll get going.
Yeah, let's do it.
Great. So I am not going to go through these comparison charts because you probably just watched me do it, and they're available both on 21st Century's Employee Hub as well as on our Ring Pro portal. So if you need a copy, reach out to Mark. Mark will get you a copy. But this is everything that we're currently selling, from 1080p former generation plus devices all the way through our new Pro and soon to be Elite devices in 4K 24/7 and most importantly PoE. The most important thing we're here to talk about right now is X-Line. It is back. It is better, and it is different because a Ring is so different now. With 4K carries 15 megabytes per second demand. It records 24 hours a day if you opt into it. It's going to have familiar faces and smart video search, and it's going to record for 2 weeks, 24/7, and then it's going to go to motion events for 180 days. There is so much more that Ring is doing, even though the perception for many customers may be that it's the same. It's much bigger, it's much more robust, it's much clearer, it's way better. And now you can eliminate the subscription on camera-only systems, right? Just like former X-Line, it doesn't include alarm. But what this allows you to do is put a doorbell on a house. And instead of just getting installation, maybe a small service contract that you offer, you can now buy from 21st Century an X-Line voucher. It's a physical card with a code on it. And once the device is installed, or before or after, you log into the Ring Pro portal and you activate that device and upgrade it to X-Line. So no more hot swaps or pulling things off to bring them back and swap them and adding truck rolls. Just do it on one you found or one you got at 21st or a customer had one laying around. What they're going to get is all of our AI features included on that device for the life of the device. And we're going to give them a 3-year warranty. So if it dies 2.5 years from then, they get it swapped. It keeps going. And anything that we have in that AI suite is going to be included. It's also going to include 24/7 recording, which as of a few days from now is going to be an additional charge, not for X-Line customers. So lifetime ability to use the 24/7, and then lifetime recording for the 180 days of motion events and 2 weeks of that 24/7 recording, again, for the life of that device. So for our rental communities, for some of our builder accounts who typically stick to just a doorbell, for small business solutions who are maybe the landlords of strip malls where we may have custom systems that don't have expansion needs, and just wipe out those subscriptions for the life of those products. Again, very easy. You can pick these up at 21st Century. This is the walkthrough for the guide. So you'd go to ringpro.com. If you're thinking, I don't know what that is, this is what that is. If you don't have access, there's a QR code on the left side of your screen. If you have already made access and you just can't remember where it is, there's a QR code on the right side of the screen. When you get to this page, you're going to click X line at the top. That's going to bring you to this page where you're going to click Activate X line device, and then you can add up to 10 at a time. So whether you're a distributor employee serving dealers and you're just going to activate them for them because you know they have 10 X lines going out and you're providing that as a service, or you're just putting the card on top of each box as you put them into the back of their truck or car. Once you click the next button, that will be sent, and within a 24-hour period, you'll see that their current subscription is now superseded by this one, and they are good forever. Speaking of how we program customers' systems, we no longer will have to borrow their device or do that two-factor text me the code, but you only have a minute, so please try to focus. Those days are over. For roughly half the country right now, the update has already gone through that when you go into inviting someone as a shared user for Ring, they're now going to see the option for professional installer. And when they type in your name and email, it's going to send you an invite to give you 48-hour access to link devices, change motion zones, change motion sensitivity, check device health, remotely reboot devices without having, again, to take their device or drive all the way out there. This is going to give us remote abilities, or at least remote on the property abilities, where we don't, again, I was always a sell them an iPad on the proposal kind of guy because I didn't want to deal with it. Well, those days are over. You can now be assigned as the installer, as a role within their Ring app, the same way they would add a pet or spouse. Right now, it's limited to 48 hours, but there's no cooldown. If you need it for more than that, you can always get added back in. So for those of you getting troubleshooting calls, now you can troubleshoot and likely fix the problem without getting in the car. So all of a sudden, those troubleshooting calls went from not very valuable to potentially hyper valuable. So make sure you're checking your app every day. We're doing about 5 to 8% of the apps are being updated every day. But by the end of January, everybody should have this within the United States. A couple of new things I wanted to show off to you guys. These were launched on January 6th, I believe, maybe the 8th. But we have new devices. They're commercial grade. They're residential friendly, but you can have a Ring Elite 140, a Ring Elite 180, a Ring Elite 270, and a Ring Elite 360. And if you're wondering, Elite, you mean like the PoE doorbell? I do, because these babies are PoE, as you'd probably imagine, because for a 6-lens 4K camera, if we do some quick math at 15 megabytes per second, if you were to run this thing 24 hours a day, it would crash most homeowners' networks. But an awesome solution. We can plug it right in. I'll get you more information as these things come up, but it is one stitched panoramic view. And they even come with true job site solutions with solar power or plug-in power. It creates its own network. It has sidewalk included. So you can put one in a parking lot and all the doors can have sensors and motion sensors on the back of the building and smart lighting everywhere, because this thing is there not only covering the 360, but providing all the solutions that, frankly, the competitors that we didn't formally compete with have. So would love to, if you guys have ideas for these, please reach out. Would love to, set up an event in the area where we can invite the right people. Mark, maybe we can get him to write a song or perform on one, like use it like a big, microphone stand or something. We could have some fun with it.
Hey, just real quick, you said, so there's how many different versions? The one that's 180 degrees, 360. Okay.
So it's 140. So that would be good for like a corner store. When you go into like a gas station, they'll have that mirror that lets them see. Generally, that's around 140 degrees. So you can put it in a corner and still see both walls, right? The 180, I'm imagining this on the 50-yard line of every practice field in America, right? I can see both walls and I can see everything in front of me 24/7. I can get recordings of the practice and then maybe even add X-Line to it and never have to pay for it. This will be good for front corners of buildings. So it's actually built with a V-shaped cutout on the back, like a pizza slice has been taken out. So you can mount it onto a corner on the front side and see everything except the building. Should be very popular. They're all like, I think they're like 13 inches tall. So they're not quite as big as you think, but not as small as you think. And then we have the 360, which again is one solid view all the way around. And you can like scroll through it. So you don't have to like load the middle one and then, oh, there's a stitch here. You can just scroll all the way to the side and then scroll all the way to the side. Very neat. And it's 4K with a 10x zoom. So anything can be zoomed in on, pinched. Should be wild. Another new update that will be available, I believe, starting in February, are new security contact sensors. So our new Ring sensors. We call them Ring sensors because we're beyond security now. So you'll see we have our glass break sensor there, or our air filter. We have our contact sensors. You guys are familiar with those. But then there's a Ring light switch, and that's for indoor and outdoor lighting. This is going to be our new lineup of sensors. And the best part is no base station needed. You can use the $35 new Ring bridge that you guys have in stock right now. And that will create a network of up to a mile of range for you to use these. So the former days of Z-Wave, they'll still work with Z-Wave. The former days of needing Wi-Fi all the way out there, or the smart lighting bridge only having about 150 feet in any direction. So for complicated landscapes, it really created a headache. No longer. In most areas, you're going to get a half to a mile. So for cul-de-sacs where you just want to, you put one system in, you maybe light the rest of the court with some solar pathway lights to try to get the neighbors to call you. All of those solutions will be in, as well as new ones like the car alarm and the sump pump monitor. That range is really important for the car alarm. I could park in the court that's, 70 feet from the house because someone's having a Super Bowl party, and my car alarm is still connected to my house, which is connected to my TV and my phone, and I don't have to worry about having to hear it too far away. It's going to say your car alarm is going off. Maybe we should get one of those Ring stand-up parking lot solutions or 360 cam for the middle of the court.
Those light switches. I mean, is there like a max amount of devices you could put in? I mean, how many of those can you use in a typical residence?
Right now, I haven't heard. I mean, I know Z-Wave had a limit of 100, so I have to imagine. I mean, Sidewalk is far more powerful than Z-Wave, so I would imagine there are some like theoretical app limits.
Right.
So if I were installing them, I'd probably do one room at a time and have it
Right.
like, let's see how far we should go before we pause. And I come back in a month just to test it. But so far, it's been like, this thing is bulletproof, it's encrypted, and the range is sick. So I would suggest everybody at least try one. You know what? Maybe I'll even send some down and we'll do a fun giveaway.
Okay.
I have had a lot of questions about this, but I'll be honest, I don't have a ton of answers right now. So I was hoping that we could all start learning about this over the next few weeks together. On ring.com, you can find this. I'll send the link over to Mark. There's a new Ring app store where you can add additional like Lumio, Visionify. You can add new AI layers to Ring systems. And from retail traffic to what time I come home to are my lights really as efficient as I think they are? Am I deterring people walking by? Are there deer in the backyard? Any of those unique scenarios that you're like, ooh, wouldn't it be cool if Ring could do that hyper specific thing? Now you will be able to program those things in as a third party to be able to say, hey, I built this, I install it into every Ring system. That's what sets me apart, because our area is prone to floods and tornadoes. And my system not only is Ring looking for wildfires now, but my AI is looking for bears, it's looking for tornadoes, and it's looking for aliens, or whatever the case might be. It can do any of that now. And it gives you and your dealer and your installer the ability to go, nobody's doing what I'm doing. I literally pull the data from Zillow about their house. So at any point after they move in, they can go, how big is the amp box in the basement for the electric? And Alexa will know the answer because it was in there. So I can pre-program that into everybody's house. Search Zillow, pull description of house, pull all the information about the HVAC system and load it into this person's Ring system. And we can create insane levels of value because of Ring that's fully credited to 21st and their dealers. So super excited. I know some of what I just said is already available. You can already see here monitoring stock levels, monitoring registers, things like that. But this could be the most disruptive thing that Ring has ever done. And it was launched yesterday. So let's get a new training. Let's get in there. Send me your ideas. I will trade products for great ideas through Mark. That's pretty much all that's new, but you guys know me. I always tell you, please buy pet tags, have a few of them on you, even take them out of the packaging and just have them in a little like pouch, like an old lord full of, silver coins. Just have a bunch of them and just hand them out as conversation starters. I keep telling people this, waiting for the fall off and people to tell me that they don't care. And everybody who tells me they use it calls me back and they're like, how many people are doing this? Am I going to start running into these like baseball calendars from realtors on fridges? Like, is this the new baseball Phillies magnet for the upcoming schedule? I go, no, for some reason, not a lot of people are doing it. But if you guys have ideas for local shelters, adoption clinics, vets, where we can maybe run some tests, reach out. Let me donate with you, where we do some greeting cards, some welcome home buddies, some welcome to your new home cards with your business card, a pet tag, and then hey, tag us on social media with your new pet in his new house and enter to win a new pet cam, which is an indoor cam, but it'll get you to the house. It'll get us meeting people. If nothing else, it'll maybe drive a few extra adoptions, but we're not going to get any ill will for making pets in neighborhoods safer. So, I wanted to make sure I was done with enough time for questions, but that I got through it all really quickly and seamlessly for Mark. But I always have more ideas. I'm happy to go back, and I didn't schedule anything after you guys. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to open it up now.
Well, I know that the new cameras are. That opens up opens it up for a lot of commercial applications, especially with the fact that are they all going to be solar as well? Are they got all be?
These are all PoE right now.
All PoE.
The outdoor one has hardwire connection plus solar if they want to do that. And I'll show you. I'll go over to the Ring website to show you guys a little bit deeper on that stuff.
I mean, any idea of ship time? I did see the email a couple of days ago. I don't know if it had a
These I'm not 100% sure. I know that they just announced them at CES, but this is a cool video of what it's going to look like and how you can seamlessly scroll through. I know some of that is still up in the air. I imagine it'll be Q1, right? Because I know we're pretty excited about this. But if we go into that, you'll see. So the new, I forget what they call it. They call it like an abnormal event is a new thing on Ring. There's a new wildfire AI that's built in. So it looks for smoke. It looks for, codes in the sky coloring and things like that. But yeah, it comes in all four. They're all PoE. And then there are multiple options of this one ranging in size. And again, this one is compatible. So you could build an entire Ring system for a builder cul-de-sac community with this in the center of the court, and each house could still have doorbells. You could have an Eero in each house extending to the backyard and make the whole thing smart. The ability of this to expand through construction sites, outdoor events. If you guys need any of these, blocks as content, I would love to get this on the website. And then here it is. So retinal 4K cameras, LED lights above the cameras. So each one has an LED light. It fully collapses the 12-foot mast. It goes all the way down. So you don't have to have a 12-foot, 15-foot ceiling just to store the thing. It has Wi-Fi and LTE built in. And then it has its own trailer. So you can be hooked up right to the back of a vehicle. They don't need to load it. They don't need something to pick it up or anything like that. Obviously the new cameras and then the sensors, but this is all right on Ring's homepage. Obviously they don't have the same price as you guys have. So you can venture there with your dealers and clients about ideas. And again, if you need any of this content for the site or for anything like that, or for a dealer who wants to put it on their site, I'm happy to find these and move us forward.
Yeah, reach out to me. I'll get those over to you.
Here's the price. The
Well,
Ring Elite
yeah,
360, $1,000, all the way down to 500 for the 140. I thought they were going to be double this.
yeah.
Personally, but I think it's awesome. And then this is
Before we end, I just wanted to just cover the X line again, just to make sure everybody's understands that we're moving over from hardware to what these cards that we're able to get you, and any Ring device, is that right, Tommy? Can
any
be
camera or doorbell. So there's no
okay.
alarm functionality. So
Sorry,
any,
right. Any camera or doorbell.
Yep.
Can they use that for like previous gen product as well? Or is it,
they can. The only thing that won't come through is there will be some hardware limitations. Most notably the 3-year extended warranty. That's from the purchase date of the device. So if I have a stick-up Cam Elite from 8 years ago, I can't add a 3-year warranty to it. I can still add AI, anything that it's capable of, but some of the devices like 24/7 requires that it's a hardwired device. So if you're adding to a battery device that doesn't have 24/7 capabilities, you will technically get access to unlimited 24/7 capabilities. You just won't be able to do it. You're going to have to buy an adapter and hardwire that device. So be careful with some of that, but it's no different than the former X line, where it's like, well, it's not going to do 4K storage if it's not 4K. It's just going to do the best that it can, but it'll still be unlimited. It can't do 24/7 unless it's hardwired.
Right.
So
it's
make sure you're looking at
device.
Exactly. Where I think this is going to be huge personally is rented commercial space. So like strip malls, gas stations, sandwich shops, pizza joints. I can't tell you how many times I go into like a store that has multiple dome cameras in the ceiling and then 2 Ring cameras behind the register. And it's like, all right, they're paying for 2 of them. Hey, who's your landlord? I'd love to figure something out. I think I could simplify the cost. Landlords are much more willing to buy a system once and then rent it out for the next 5 years as a part of their lease. Short-term rentals, builders who, like, we have a lot of builder relationships. All they buy is the Battery Doorbell Plus, and they don't want to add any other devices. Great. How would you like to have another benefit to your homeowners and say, when you buy a house from us, not only do you get a doorbell, you never pay for the subscription on it. And maybe we can get these builders to buy 140 doorbells and 140 X lines. So it will be a little bit better. The math, because it is per device, it will be more fruitful. It was designed this way for smaller systems. The first problem that we wanted to solve was it's really hard to make money on a system when I'm just installing a doorbell. Now, not so much. But like my home has 10 devices. That's a lot of money for me to catch up on paying for it otherwise. So there will be changes at some point, but right now, 1 to 4 devices, it pays. It works out. Again, here's the process. We have links here. Mark will have this guide, so I'm sure we can get it posted. And then this is the walkthrough.
Yeah, we have these on the SKUs, if you will. Even though they're, it's just these cards, right? On our site to order, and all this information is on there as well.
2 things to remember about the dealer portal. It is the only place to activate the X-Line card. So if your dealer is not signed up, they can still buy an X-Line card from you, but they're not going to have access to this page to be able to click the X-Line and go ahead and do it. So either make sure you're set up either way, so that if you run into a dealer who they forgot their password and now they're on vacation, you can just, I got you. Send me the DSN. I'll go in and knock it out for you. Be able to solve that problem quickly. All you'll need is the DSN and the device serial number, right? And then the coupon code from that physical card. But it is a physical card. Now, what they do with it afterwards is on them, but we don't send any digital ones. So if they get a digital one from us and it's not from like me from my email because I made an exception, it's probably not real. So get them to register here if they want to do their own activations. When they register as someone who buys from 21st Century, this shop button does not exist. It doesn't show up on their version when they sign up as a 21st Century. So you don't have to worry about that. There's no links to any other way to buy the product, just to activate and watch webinars and download marketing content. So that will be safe. That's also where they can register for the dealer leads. So people who are shopping on Amazon or on ring.com will now be prompted to look for a certified installer in their area. We don't set prices. We don't even set the appointment. They can just fill out a form and they can send it to up to 5 installers at a time within their zip code. We're getting hundreds of link clicks a week. And the best dealers they call every lead, even if they don't want the job. They go, let me help you find somebody good in your area. You're a little outside of my service area, or my calendar's full. I also want to put you in my database. I want to keep following up in case you have a future need. People are like, a couple like Level Up Automation has gotten like 15 leads. They've closed 14.
Free leads. Yeah.
And they're free. So even if you don't take all of them, you're not obligated to, but it's people calling you with smart home needs who are already shopping for the product. And it is pre-sale. So as long as you call them fast, they can probably stop them from buying the device online. But that's going to be very cool. And it's another reason for this. They go, no, I already bought them. And you go, great. Well, I have a service where I can do this remotely. And I don't have to charge you a trip charge. And then you don't have to put shoes on. And you can set up their device. Send me a picture of the QR code. Okay, great. Send me a picture of the device serial number. Okay, great. All right, give me an hour. My in-person fee is $250. My remote fee is $150. So you saved $100. Virtual high five.
You don't have to roll a truck.
You didn't have to drive out there and then back, and then hear about the story about how their neighbor is crazy and doesn't bring their trash cans in for 40 minutes. Well, you go, wow, you hit them with, that's crazy. It was never the truck roll for me. It was always the stories. And then Mark, I know you guys do a ton of these sensors. I'm working to get a few of each sent down. Would love to, I know most of the orders are coming in online, but to be able to see them, we'll have them, maybe in the pickup bay and at the front register for each. So we can see it. I'd also love to get these hooked up in each one where we can go like, check it out. Ring has a light switch. Who'd have thought? And then maybe
definitely the elites too. We want to put those in all of our branches, so we'll talk about that. All right, we're right up at time. I know I got a prize here. Stick Up Cam Pro. Randy's out here from Strand Security, so put it right here. I don't know if you can see it because in the background. I'm gonna get this out for you. Thank you for you and everybody joining us for the first Friday feature of 2026. Of course, thank you, Tommy. We'll probably have to do another one. I mean, so much coming up with you guys at the beginning of the year. So
it's going to be a wild year.
Yeah. So appreciate everybody. Thank you. Have a great Friday. And Tommy, we'll talk to you soon.
See you, team. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.